Hey guys, what's up? It's Rygar the Destroyer, and today we're going to be taking a look at Ki-Adi-Mundi from the Star Wars Attack of the Clones 12-inch line. Now, as always, if you guys like this video and want to see more, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It's free, and it really helps out the channel. So, anyway, let's go ahead and take a look at this guy's packaging. Here it is. As you can see, it is in the classic Attack the Clones 12-inch line packaging with the trapezoid-shaped box. It does have a nice big window here on the front, and in the background you can see an image of the Jedi Council room on Coruscant. Pretty cool. And it does have a Jedi Council sticker here on the front. On the side here, it does have an image of Ki-Adi-Mundi, and then when you flip it around onto the back, it does show off some of the other figures that were available around the same time. An image of the character again here on the back, and then a huge wall of text. And of course, if you'd like to read that, you can go ahead and just pause the video. So overall, pretty standard stuff, so let's go ahead and get back to the figure itself here. Now, Ki-Adi-Mundi stands at... let's see here. We'll call that about 12.5 inches. It's actually longer than my ruler, so I'll say it's about 12.5 inches. And that places him right in scale with all of your other Star Wars 1/6 scale and 12-inch figures, which I think is nice. He does come with one primary accessory, and that is his lightsaber. And I would take it out of his hands, but I've got it nicely banded in there, so I don't want to take it out. It is nicely painted. You can see there's a little bit of red here on the handle as well as some black line work, which I do think looks nice. It does have a nice blue translucent blade, which does look amazing, and that is removable. You can just pull it out, which is nice. And then you can actually hang the lightsaber here from this little peg on this little peg hole in his belt, which is a really nice touch overall. Now, as far as the figure itself goes, it is, I would say, one of the best from the Attack of the Clones lineup. I think it looks amazing. The sculpt work here on the face, I think, looks awesome. And even though it does have kind of a basic paint job, I think they did a really nice job of capturing kind of the likeness and the variations that are in the creases on Ki-Adi-Mundi's head. You know, especially at the original price point, I think that this figure really punches up and really holds its own against, you know, even the Sideshow one that was released as well. Now, as far as the clothing on this figure goes, it is actual fabric, and again, I think that they did an amazing job. It looks awesome. The fabric choices that they made, I think, really suit the costume, and I think they look nice. And then, of course, they did, I think, kind of choose certain pieces wisely to make actual plastic, like the belt here. He does have this little pouch here, and this does actually have straps which go all the way around the figure, which is a really it's kind of crazy choice that they made, because you can't even see it most of the time. This little pouch is hidden under his tunic, which is cool. And then, of course, they did sculpt his actual boots. So I think that this figure, you know, especially when you think of the original price point on this guy of around 20 bucks, you really did get a lot for your money. I think that these guys really hold up in the modern age, and I think that they kind of punch up as far as you know, the quality of the figure that you get. Now, as far as articulation goes, I think this is probably the weakest point of the figure. It's basic, but very functional. We'll run through it here. He has a ball peg at the base of the neck, which gives a nice range of motion. Pretty much anything that you could want out of this guy here. He does have ball hinge shoulders. They do swivel 360 very nicely there. He does have a bicep swivel, which is nice. He has hinged elbows, and then he has hinged wrists with a swivel. So very nice there. And you can see that they use like a basic regular body underneath, and then they have added on the parts that are Ki-Adi-Mundi specific here, like these hands. He does have what feels like a swivel at the waist. You're not going to get a ton of range of motion out of that, obviously, because of all of the fabric which is piled on top of it. He does have T-jointed hips with an excellent range of motion. As you can see there, you can get him into pretty much any pose you want to. They kick forward and a little bit back there. There's no thigh swivel or anything in there, which is unfortunate. He does have hinged knees, but again, there's no swivel there. So articulation is somewhat limited down here, or posing rather is somewhat limited down here. He does feel like he has hinged ankles, but because of the stiff rubber that they used for the boots, you're really not going to be able to use it that much. So overall, what do I think of this figure? Frankly, I think if you collect the Star Wars 12-inch line, this is a figure that you should 100% track down. A lot of times you can get these for cheaper than you can the Sideshow one, and I think frankly for the price this is the one to go for. I think for a character like Ki-Adi-Mundi that's, you know, frankly kind of a background character, you know, the cheaper Hasbro version is the one to go for. You know, spend your you know, big dollars on characters like Anakin and Obi-Wan that have a lot more screen time. But even, you know, with that being said, I think that this figure on its own, even if there wasn't a better version, would still be an excellent version of the character to pick up. I think Hasbro did an absolutely fantastic job with pretty much all of the elements on it. And its only weaknesses really come from the articulation, which is dated. And frankly, it's a figure from 2002, approximately. So I think it has the right to be a little bit dated at this point. So anyway, if you have any comments or questions, please leave them down in the comments section below. And I guess I'll see you later.